Welcome to our new series, the 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie. Soto and Chad here with episode 25 of the 200
Wow.
Movie Challenge. It seems like this should be a milestone, but I kind of more look at the movies as the milestone. I know today we're going to be talking about movies 114, 115, and 116, which is so weird just to say out loud. But yes, we've done 25 episodes of this. Some of our episodes were double because we missed weeks. We couldn't meet up. So,
Sure.
we had a couple double weeks. So really, there's been no days off or weeks off for this. We've watched movies every friggin' week. We just haven't been able to talk about it. Yeah, so... but Soto, we only got 3 movies because the first movie we're going to talk about is something we both planned on seeing because when we heard the announcement, it was almost like we have to see this. I don't know if we wanted to see this, and I know we're going to get into it, but this past Friday was the Netflix release of Happy Gilmore 2. Now, I know no one's listening anyways, but if somehow you haven't seen it and you want to see it, spoilers, because we're probably going to get into a lot of spoilers for this because, this is for us. So, but Soto, before we get into the Happy Gilmore 2, let me ask you the question because I'm sure I'll say the same thing. What was your thought? First of all, let me rephrase that. How much did you love the original Happy Gilmore? What did that film mean to you? And, just in general, before we get into the second one, how much did you enjoy the first Happy Gilmore?
I have seen Happy Gilmore so many goddamn times. I'm sure I talked about it on our other podcast too. But we used to have a VHS, and my sister and I would, or my sisters and I would watch pretty much every movie that came out during that year. We just watched every movie that summer on VHS, and my parents would go to bed, and then we would just be up all night watching movies. And one of the movies that we saw that summer, we saw it every day and quoted it every day, was Happy Gilmore. I mean, I had that goddamn shit memorized. The other day I was out to dinner, and it was playing in the background behind me. I couldn't even see the screen. I knew exactly what scenes were happening based on the dialogue. I knew what was. I could picture it all in my head. I've seen the first Happy Gilmore. I don't even want to know what the number, but enough where I could literally just memorize it scene by scene. I know every single line in that movie. So safe to say, it's definitely my favorite Adam Sandler movie because um, I just didn't see Billy Madison as much as I did. I have no problem with Billy Madison. I find it hilarious, but Happy Gilmore I saw all the fucking time. So never expected there to be a sequel to Happy Gilmore. I can say that I'll go ahead and say that I never asked for this.
No, I don't think many people have, and you're right. I know Billy Madison was, though not Sandler's first movie, the one that put him on his map, but Happy Gilmore was his big hit. This is the one that's like, okay, because I know we've talked about
I love it.
actors, comedians, and a certain time period where they just dominated. And you had Billy Madison, you had Happy Gilmore, The Waterboy, Wedding Singers. Like that was peak Adam Sandler. And you're right. To me,
Yeah,
Happy Gilmore is probably one of my favorites. So I do love The Wedding Singer. I will admit, just because of the '80s feel, but that's a story for another day. But yeah,
I
Happy
love The
Gilmore.
Wedding Singer. I love it.
But again, you could watch any of those movies from Adam Sandler and just have fun,
Mhm.
enjoy it. Laugh like a child because that's all. It's childish humor, and sometimes that's all we need. Me and you've talked about this. Like sometimes it feels good just to be a child and laugh at some potty jokes and stuff like that, as they like to say. But
Yeah.
Soto,
Mhm.
when we heard about this, now let's go back to the movie we're here to talk about. You hear they're making a Happy Gilmore 2, and you kind of said it, you're like, you didn't ask for it, but how are you feeling? Like, what were you thinking when you were like, oh shit, they are doing a Happy Gilmore 2 because of this Adam Sandler Netflix deal? So, what were your thoughts when you first heard about that?
I mean, I didn't have any expectations that this would be a good movie whatsoever. Um, because I couldn't even most things I'm all like I don't know what the word is, but I can't think of the word, but I feel like I'm disenchanted with everything that we used to love when we were younger. So now anytime anybody tells me something's coming out that we used to like, I'm like, this is going to be terrible because 9 times out of 10 it is. So when I heard Happy Gilmore 2, I was like zero interest to watch this really. I'm the only interest I had is because you're like we have to watch this and I said, "Okay, for science, we will watch this." But I had no expectations that this would be any sort of semblance of a movie that would be enjoyable. Like not at all. I could not. I mean, I liked murder mystery enough. I obviously talked about that earlier. That's kind of one of the later Adam Sandler movies um, that I've seen because I think everybody can agree that once the little Nicky part of his career started happening, like the shine was kind of off Adam Sandler a little bit. I'm not saying that he hasn't had great movies because the movie That's My Boy is another one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies. It's like Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg. And that movie is fucking hilarious. Um, but yeah, to go back to the Happy Gilmore thing, yeah, I wasn't expecting much.
It's tough because, like you said, it's a classic of when we were in high school slash college. And that time
Yeah.
period is different. And obviously, as we get older, things are different. And I know during this challenge, I started thinking, I'm like, damn, I've seen a lot of late sequels. I've talked about Dumb and Dumber
You
2,
have.
Jay and Silent
You
Bob
have.
Reboot, Bill and Ted Face the Music. So a lot of these that feed off the nostalgia. And I was just like, I'm like, God, I don't have a lot of expectations, but I just want to go in it, hopefully to get a few laughs out of it. Like I was not expecting the first movie. I did not think they could hit that mark, but I'm just like, just play the hits, give me a few laughs, give me to an enjoyable place, and I'll be okay with it. So I'm watching it. Me and my wife, we sit down, we're watching it, and obviously we try to watch this Friday because I'm like, fuck, I don't want spoilers, I don't want to hear anything. I'm just
Me too.
curious.
Yeah.
And so
Huh?
the most shocking thing happens in like the first after 5 minutes, because they give a nice little
Yeah.
backstory to the first film. You're like, okay, and we know what happened to their lives in the past 20, 25 years. It's like, okay, we're catching up, this is great. And then all of a sudden he hits a golf ball, he's at a tournament, and he hits his wife and kills her. I actually looked at Jill, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, did that actually just happen? Like, like, did I see? Like, she's dead, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? I mean,
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
I love Julie Bowen, and I'm like, she's big in the first one, and I'm just like, all right, and I kind of like, I know she's in this movie. There's got to be flashbacks or something, but I'm just like, I did not expect that. I'm like, I don't know if this is what I expected out of my Happy Gilmore, but
I did. I mean, it didn't like hit me that much, and I've seen obviously everybody's reaction to it because I don't know, like Happy kills everywhere. Well, I mean, Carl Weathers, Chubbs, he dies after being scared by an alligator when Happy's trying to do the right thing. But I wasn't too surprised because Adam Sandler's kind of like that. But I could definitely see how people were. But that certainly set the tone for the movie.
correct. It was a big reason, and obviously
In the
because
beginning.
yeah, because he falls into a dark place. He loses his house. He's trying to take care of all his kids, and obviously the real
Grandma.
big story is his daughter wants to.
He's like,
MJ, I
oh,
love MJ.
grandma's house again. That was so great. He's like, oh, grandma, I'm sorry. I lost the house again. I'm like, oh, God. Sorry.
No, it's okay because I think as much as this movie missed the mark in a lot of, I think it did play to some of the hits. And if you did not see of course,
That's
if you did
all
not
it
see the
did.
original, why are you watching the sequel?
There's no reason to. You'd be so lost. Like all this movie is, and please tell me if I'm wrong. I think you agree. Is just like a hey, do you remember that movie Happy Gilmore? How awesome it was. Here's some more awesome stuff. And I'm like, I did like that part in Happy Gilmore, and I liked that part in Happy Gilmore. Oh, I did also like that part in Happy Gilmore. That's what this whole movie was.
It was, and it had some great cameos. Obviously, they
Sure.
brought back a
If you
lot
like
of.
Happy Gilmore.
Well, Eminem as the jackass's
Oh,
son.
that was
That was just
that was fucking funny. That was more shocking to me than fucking this bitch dying at the beginning because like I did not expect to see Eminem
I
in a
did.
fucking movie.
I knew because the only thing I heard was
Jackass.
the story of how Sandler got Eminem because he wasn't sure because Eminem's
I didn't
stayed away from
know.
films. But yeah, Sandler went to him and said, "Listen, I have this part. If you're willing to do it, if not, I get it." They had, and yes,
Dude,
I knew he was in this movie, but just to
I
see
was
him as that
stunned.
son, I was just dying laughing. And Again,
I was surprised, and then it was also funny. So like
yes.
that was like my itch because I had no idea because I didn't fucking know anything about Happy Gilmore fucking 2. So when I saw Eminem, I was just like, that's when I looked at Sarah and was like, "What the fuck?" So that was a nice little surprise in that movie for sure.
But yeah, so the big thing is he's trying to find a way to pay for his daughter's dance classes in France,
Sure,
yada, yada,
there's a reason.
yada.
Yeah.
And he's obviously this guy who's created a new age golf course, inspired by Happy Gilmore, wants him to be the face of it. And Happy is like, no, he's like, golf needs to be the way it is, just like he wants to keep the standardized version of it. So yes, he gets a lot of real life golf players in his team, and they have to show off. But I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I guess they had to modernize it a little bit and just to be like, yeah, we have this huge miniature golf course. But Soto, I want to bring up something
Yeah.
that you actually brought up to me when we were talking, earlier this week, whenever we talked about this. And I want to talk about Happy Gilmore's Happy Place. Talk about things that have changed.
Oh my god, so fucking funny.
So how we talk about as we get older, so for those who saw the
Yeah.
original Happy Gilmore, he goes to his happy place with his then girlfriend or love interest holding two pitchers of beer, and he's just like, oh, I'm
Two
happy.
pictures of
And
beer.
he was
Yeah,
great.
he's like,
So but he can't have that because he can't drink, and obviously his wife's dead. So he's like, find a new happy place, and they show a few things. And the best part, which you were like, I can relate to this in my 40s, is he's sitting on the toilet, basically, though, scrolling through TikTok. That's his happy place.
it's my happy place. Like I saw him and I was like, God damn, that is so fucking true. It's like you're older, and you're like my happy place is the little tiny bit of privacy I get while scrolling through the internet's like little tiny videos. Like, man, oh that shit fucking sent me, man. I laughed really hard on that. I mean, there were parts of this movie that I did really laugh at.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I
I don't know if that
enjoyed parts of it, but it
yeah,
just, the overall thing, it was just like, I
it
don't
wasn't really a
know,
movie to me. It wasn't really a movie. It was more like
a fan service.
tribute
That's what I call it.
video or
Yeah,
something. Yeah, it was
exactly.
look, I am a fan of Happy Gilmore. I don't ever think I'll see Happy Gilmore 2 again. Like it was a nice kind of callback with all these little so many Easter eggs. It's like filled with Easter eggs. That's the whole entire plot. And then some things happen, I guess, with Haley Joel Osment is in it randomly. And is an evil golfer. Yeah, dude, I thought it was serviceable for a Friday night, something I'll never see again. The lots of cute references, but I mean, I guess when I think about it, this is the only kind of sequel that you really could do for Happy Gilmore. Like, what the fuck else would it really be? It can't take itself too seriously. Although it kind of went to serious parts about him thinking about his alcoholism and shit, but I don't know, man. It was serviceable and better, I guess, than I thought it was going to be. Question mark.
Yeah, and again, I think it's just because of the, like you said, the cameos, the people like Bad Bunny, freaking hilarious. Like I'm not even gonna
Oh,
say
that
Bad
was
Bunny, it's
great.
just
Right.
freaking great. And yeah,
Oh, he was so fucking.
it was.
His presence was great. Like that was awesome.
And like you said, Haley Joel Osment, but the weird story that if someone gets a certain muscle in the groin area snip, they can, reach and make the swing a lot harder. But obviously the big, I guess, come callback, or I guess cameo. I shouldn't say cameo, but Shooter McGavin. I
Love Shooter McGavin.
Yes, he's a great villain
Great.
in the first one, and I was curious how he's going to be used in the second one, because obviously he gets broken out of the mental hospital and he gets shown the same course, and the guy's like, I want you to, let's get back to happy, and he's got the same thing. He's like, no, this will damage the image of golf. What are you doing? And the fact that he kind of has to train Happy in the professional golfers is kind of
Yeah.
hilarious.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Chris McDonald's great.
It's cute.
But overall, like you said, it's tough not to laugh at some parts. It's tough not to reminisce. But when you kind of look at this from, I don't know, certain parts, you're just like, what the fuck is going on? But I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of whatever. But I mean, again, I wasn't mad at it. I mean, sure, it didn't live up to anything, of course, but This movie didn't really want to do that. Like, I don't even know if it. I mean, I guess it had a 3 act structure,
It
but
did.
I
Technically,
don't
it
know.
did. It did.
It did. But I mean, I wasn't mad at this movie. That's
No,
my best review. I
no,
wasn't
because
mad.
you are. I will say this: if you're a fan of Happy Gilmore, the first one, in a way, you have to see this, but you got to go in with no expectations because you cannot expect
No,
the first one. If you just want
it's
something
not the
like a
first one.
continuation, you're going to get a few laughs. Like I said, I will go back and watch the first one again. Um,
Yeah,
you know,
so funny, so peak, so funny.
it's classic Adam Sandler. I mean, from my understanding, they're also now doing a sequel to The Wedding Singer, which will be a story for another day. But so no,
That's terrible. That's terrible. Like that, and if I could just, I know we won't talk. Maybe
no,
this
go
will be
ahead. No, let's go
sad or
for it. We're
anything,
talking
but
Adam Sandler, but go ahead, bring it up.
there are some movies that just end so perfectly. Just let it end.
Hmm.
Like Wedding Singer has probably one of the best endings that you could possibly ever ask for a movie.
Oh yeah, I love
Why
it.
the fuck do you need to ruin that by putting another? I mean, Jesus Christ! Like Adam Sandler, like, dude, stop. Just stop, man. Like, stop going back to the hits, or go back to other hits, Billy Madison or something like that. That would be actually kind of,
I well,
that would be funny in context. But like, Wedding Singer, dude, like, no, it ended and it was great. Like, let it live. Now they're gonna try to ruin it with a Netflix Wedding Singer too. Now that bothers me.
I think it's
I had
going to
no
be
fucking
called Wedding
expectations, but
Singers, and I think it might take place in the 90s. I'm not 100% sure. It might actually come out this year, but so to pull away
oh
from
god,
Wedding
no,
Singers, pull
no,
away from all the other
no.
Adam Sandler movies.
Okay, all right,
I
bring it back.
did forget to mention, Big Daddy. That was another one, that time period.
Scuba Steve.
So anyhow,
Sorry.
here's now the big question.
Uh,
Where do you put Happy Gilmore 2 on your list?
higher than you think. That's for
I've already put
sure.
mine on my list. I have to, I'll get to mine after yours because I kind of have to enter yours
I
in.
haven't. I haven't yet, but I'll tell you right now, dude. I mean, from an enjoyment standpoint, 'cause I enjoyed this movie for what it was. A lot more than some of these other movies that I've seen, which are I'd never want to ever see again. Uh, you know what? Right now, and this may change, subject to change, as we always say. But I'm gonna put this movie at number 36 beneath The Last Witch Hunter. That's where that's gonna go.
All right, so we're kind of close. I'm just entering yours in right now
Wow.
because, well, hold on, because I know mine is in the 30s because I actually pre-did this because I knew we were both talking about this because I have to screenshot it after I put it in, blah blah blah, for the shit that no one watches. So hold on, let me scroll. I'm well. It's in kind of a similar area. I'm higher, but I've seen a couple more movies. I have mine at number 34, right above Time Cut and right underneath The Nice Guys. That's kind of where Happy Gilmore 2 is
Wow.
sitting right now for me.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm
And
looking
it
at it
was
right
like you
now.
said, it was tough. I was looking because I was kind of going in that area. I looked at like some of the late 20s. I'm like, no. So I felt. But here's the thing for me. It was better than any of the other late sequel movies I've seen. Like I just talked about the Bill and Ted, the Jay and Silent Bob, the Dumb and Dumber, even the Beetlejuice. I'm just saying the sequels that come out like friggin' 20 years later. Um,
Sure.
so to me, like you said, because I did enjoy it. We both laughed. Me and Jill were just laughing at some
I
parts.
laughed. Yeah.
Yeah, the story though probably incoherent, but you're not watching Adam Sandler movies for rocket science. Watching his sons beat the shit out of his car to get it to start, and then Steve Buscemi coming to try and help, and then them getting pissed at him for hitting the car. And going to be, I'm like, I don't. Then I'm like, what did Steve Buscemi do in this movie? Take care of John Daly. That was about it at the end. I'm like, he just
Oh my
said,
god, that's right. John Daly also was like
he
himself
was
in this
back.
movie.
I loved it.
And like he was just like so fucking crazy drinking hand sanitizer. Like that's not too far off from like who he really is.
Make
Like
sure
this
you feed
man
John
like
Daly
drink
3 times a day.
that drink that he drinks. It's like he drinks like 60 of them a day on his on his golfing things. The guy drinks like fucking alcohol,
Oh god,
like
yeah.
out of control, and is a ridiculous golfer. So yeah, he was also surprisingly funny in this.
A lot of the golfers were because kind of read a little bit more because I don't follow, outside of the big names from yesterday's past, like John Daly. I don't follow today's
Mm-hmm.
golf. I kind of recognize a couple names that I hear on the radio, but I wouldn't note it. But the fact, like the guy who was kind of in jail in the movie had some legal problem, like, and then he made fun of that. There's actually one guy who always got so in the first Happy Gilmore he chokes out his caddy. They
Yeah.
in this
Kid,
one,
yep.
yeah, that's not the actor in this one is not actually the kid from the first one. It's an actual pro golfer that looks like him. That a lot of people are like, "Hey, are you that kid from Happy Gilmore?" He's like, "No," and he almost got. And then it just became a joke that he accepted it. So yeah, it's not the same kid from the first movie. It's actually a pro golfer that people thought was the caddy from the first half. So again, I love that they can make fun of themselves. But overall, like I said, grab a bucket of popcorn. Obviously, don't take it seriously, but you know what? I'm glad I saw it once. But like you, I probably will not go back and see it again. If I want to see, if I'm going to see one, I'm going to see Happy Gilmore again. So
I'll see Happy Gilmore again. Happy Gilmore 2, I have no reason to. I wouldn't be like watching Happy Gilmore until, well, I got to now watch the second one. And I do that with Lord of the Rings. Like, I'll watch the first Lord of the Rings, and well, I mean, then I have to watch
because
the
that's a continuation.
You know what I mean? But it's like, it's like you have to watch the sequel because some sequels do continue.
Mm-hmm.
This one, it's not gonna. No, that's not gonna do it for me.